Hello everyone and welcome to my presentation today, which is a presentation about festival in Indonesia. And today I chose a festival called Krakatau Festival, which is located in Lampung. So without further ado, let's go into my presentation. Okay, before of all, what I want to tell you guys first is before I go into my presentation is the list of contents of what I'm going to be explaining in my presentation. Okay, the first one is I'm going to describe what Krakatau Festival is. So kind of like what the festival itself and what kind of event that it hosts. And the next one that I also want to explain is the history of Krakatau Festival, which is like how it is started, how it's created, and what's the background behind it. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is the highlights of Krakatau Festival, such as what kind of events are the main attractions are, and what kind of things that you can find during these festivals. Okay, now that you guys know what we're going to talk about, the first that we're going to do instantly is going to talk about the Krakatau Festival, describing it. Okay, so as we all know, by the name alone, Krakatau Festival is a festival that is created to commemorate the Krakatau explosion or the eruption. And just a quick exposition for those that doesn't know what Krakatau explosion is. It is back during the 1883. Krakatau mountain erupted, and it is recorded as one of the most worst explosion or eruption mountain ever in the human history. Sorry, during the 2000s or the 1800s, and it is like the most worst one in recent date, basically. Okay, this is really bad as the explosion reached all the way over to other countries. Most notably, the smokes from the eruption comes into United States, and the from the explosion of the mountain, it created tsunami that is really big, and it claimed many lives in the Sumatra region. And so with that quick exposition, I hope you guys know what Krakatau is. And then moving on to my explanation of Krakatau Festival is that it is a festival that is done commemorating the eruption of Krakatoa, which Krakatau, and which is something that I explained before. So this festival, oh sorry, there's double T. This festival is filled with parades and fairs and everything. In Lampung culture that advertises the richness and the tradition of the Lampung culture itself. Okay, so this festival is also the main stage for the promotion for the competition between all the province, but in the terms of the tourism aspect in Lampung. Okay, moving on, the Krakatau Festival itself is an event that is focused on preserving the Lampung culture. So what I mean by this is that in the Krakatau Festival, locals, visitors, and everyone involved celebrates with Lampung traditions. It is because it is believed that this is done to preserve the Lampung culture and also to advertise it towards everyone, towards the world, and especially towards the tourists. And the next one that of what Krakatau Festival is created for is that it is to boost morale. Is because this festival was created to cheer people from the Sumatra region, or rather Lampung specifically, from the accident that claimed many lives. Okay, the next one that we're going to talk about is the history of Krakatau Festival, or more specifically, how Krakatau Festival came to be. Okay, so a bit of a background, which I already explained before, is that Krakatau eruption claim a lot of people, claim a lot of lives, of people's lives, and they claim a lot of their belongings, their house, and etc. It it is a really sad day for everyone in the region at the time. But despite this destruction, despite this adversary, people in the community in the area showed their resilience, and over time the people then start to kind of like identify and rather put the idea of Krakatau eruption into their traditions, which then integrated with their culture. And then the next one is how it came to be, and it is because a lot of people want to commemorate this event. Like they want to pay respects to the memory of Krakatau and also pay respects to all the victims that it has claimed. And eventually, when cultural tourism started appearing, and so Lampung has to create an regional identity, regional, sorry, not original, regional identity. It is because they want to stand out with their history. So as you can see, they desire to create a large event, an event that can encapsulate what their identity is, meaning they want to encapsulate their culture and their traditions, and also their heritage of Lampung, and also the historical significance of Krakatau. Okay, so that's how the history came of Krakatau Festival came to be. Which there's something that I can explain furthermore is that the reason why it got so popular today, it is because it involves many things into one, and there's a lot of people supporting this idea behind of commemorating the Krakatau event, and also celebrating it with Lampung traditions. And also, the last thing that we're going to talk about in my presentation is the highlights of Krakatau Festival. So there are many things that is happening during Krakatau Festival, right? But I'm here to help you with stuff that a lot of people might be confused of what you can get in Krakatau Festival. There is many things, but I have compiled it into three most important points. The first one will be the cultural performance. What I mean by this is that the traditions, as I've mentioned previously, right, the traditions of the Lampung is integrated into Krakatau Festival. So it is normal for cultural performance, such as traditional dance performance. In this case, the opening, or the dance opening, traditional dance opening, is called Tari Sekura, which is one of the Lampung traditional dance. And the next one is to create a stage or a space for local artists for their musical concerts. And the last one is also theatrical representations of Krakatau Eruption, basically a retelling story, a theatrical retelling story of the Krakatau eruptions and how it came to be, and everything basically starts from the Krakatau itself, and it explodes, and how it affects everyone in that place. And the next one is also the art exhibitions. So in the Krakatau Festival is also a place for artists, for everyone with their creative idea to show what their crafts are, what their artworks, and what the artifacts of the old Lampung is like, but and still keeping the cultural identity. And the last one is the culinary delights. This is the most exciting part, because Lampung culinary delights is very rare. You cannot really see this every day. Well, except for the snacks, those have some special place. But for like food, like cultural food such as seguit or seruit, there's many pronunciation. But for seruit, which is a fish cooked in like a spices with many spices, that is sambal. Sorry, it's in a sambal, and it is really rare to see seaweed nowadays. But in Krakatau Festival, there is many stands, and there is many places that can sell these kinds of culinary delights special to Lampung. And of course, there's also banana chips, which also taco frusi, which is the snacks, and there's many that is available. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all that I can explain to you about Krakatau Festival. I hope that by learning this, you can also share this knowledge into the future generation, and also that I hope you can also learn something new from my presentation today. Thank you very much for listening to my presentations, and see you next time. Bye bye.